Oh, hello. Welcome to Metaphiles. I'm Zach Caffrey.
I'm Jason Ford.
And this is Metaphiles, the podcast that talks to you. Excuse us.
Ooh. It's good.
It's good. It's soup.
It's good.
And we're having soup because we're talking about soup. This episode is all about soup, and we thought we'd have some. Excuse me.
We forgot the crackers. Damn.
We forgot the crackers, and let's go ahead and just say is that if you're having soup and there's not crackers, is that upsetting no matter what kind of soup?
I can't eat it without crackers.
I can. But I did wipe my mouth and then threw my napkin away, so I guess I'm done.
Ooh. Because it's fly soup. That's why.
Waiter, there's a fly in my soup, and also I'm fine with that, but there aren't crackers in my soup. Can I have a new soup? Or just some crackers? So,
We're talking about soup.
we're talking soup.
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 Let's get it out of the way.
Mm-hmm.
Favorite soup.
Yes. Everybody knew this was coming. I have to think of it. No, I'm kidding. Of course I know. For me, I like potato best.
You got a second best? A next best?
Potato best. Next best, tricky. Tricky subject. And I think we'll have to come back to it.
Gotcha. Well, potato, I feel like that's a strange choice, to be perfectly honest. I think potato soup is a middling soup. I think it's like an inoffensive kind of like, it's not a love it or hate it soup. It's just like a...
And I sit here and take a comment like that about my favorite soup. What's your favorite soup?
Oh. I'm gonna go with clam chowder.
Stupid.
Yeah, I guess so.
Clam chowder is a potato soup that they threw a clam into.
That's That's kind of accurate, isn't it?
Yeah. So, in a way, we picked the same soup. Yours just has some extra salt in it.
Damn it. I like salt. That's a good way to ruin a soup, is not to put enough salt in it.
That's
People are like,
true.
you gotta watch the sodium.
But also, guess what another good way to ruin a soup is?
What?
Too much salt.
Oh, you gotta get just enough salt.
And if the way to measure how much salt you need is take a sip.
Sure.
You don't bite soup.
Sip of soup.
You take a sip of the soup, not a slurp.
A sip of the soup, not a slurp.
And what you want to do is move your tongue around in clockwise motion.
Okay.
And then your taste buds will say, not enough salt.
Uh-huh.
And then you add one whole can more of salt. this is important, stir it in as you are adding it. Salt likes to be with other salt. That's when things get too salty. Stir it in. Keep the salt moving. Keep it moving at all times.
Don't let the salt stop.
No.
Okay.
If you do that, your soup is bad. Once you have stirred it the entire time, including as you're eating it, your taste buds will say, thank you. You're welcome.
I don't think you have to stir it the whole time. I don't think you have to. It's fucking raw! Don't stop stirring the soup! Okay, chef. Yes, chef.
I think that's a new record in how long it took us to get to a British accent. Perhaps. Not sure. Also, just any sharp-eared listeners probably noticed in our Western episode a cricket. It was not laid in. That was real. And the cricket, I think, has moved into Metaphile Studios because I'm still hearing it. And he's part of the family now. And I think his name is Oyster Cracker the Cricket.
Hello, my name is Oyster Cracker. I'm a cricket. Yeah. How do they make that sound, do you know?
They rub their legs together.
No, they don't.
Yeah. And one of their legs has a string on it, and the other leg has hair on it. And it goes... If you slowed it down, it would sound like...
Interesting.
Yeah. Somebody did once take... They recorded some amount of time of crickets. And this is just our way of welcoming Oyster Cracker in. This is just...
Sure.
Talking about this for a minute.
Sure.
They recorded however much of it, and they slowed it down to if a cricket's lifespan was as long as a human's. Okay? They slowed cricket sound down that much. And they played it back, and you can find this. It allegedly is truthfully what it is. You listen back to it. It's a field of crickets slowed down to how they experience time compared to us.
Mm-hmm.
And it sounds like a choir of singing angels.
Huh. It sounds like Radiohead's breakout hit record Kid A.
Yes. Cricket A. And
that's
so...
dope.
Yeah.
But I mean, does that... isn't that kind of hubris to be like, well, if it was our speed, then that... Maybe they got their own speed, you know?
Well, that is I think it was the kind of point of it, is like, if they heard us, a choir of you and me, sped up to their speed, they would love this show. And then at a comedy club, when you hear a cricket, it's not because the joke didn't land, and it's not why it's not landing on this show when you hear Oyster Cracker making his noise. It is his way of saying, hey, could you speed it up? This is going so slowly, I am going to die before I get to hear the joke. And I'm loving it.
Yeah. Well, let's do the next 5 seconds as comedy for crickets.
Okay.
Is it funny? I don't know. Why don't you together as crickets? Cricket? Sure. So we're done saying it. So the cricket is still going to hear it. It just will have taken him a long time to hear it. So let's see if we can hear some cricket laughs. Tough crowd. I don't hear it. Tough crowd.
Well,
tough crickets.
A cricket laugh probably happens so fast.
It was too fast for me to. Yeah.
Imperceptible.
You got to block it out and just do the comedy. You got to block it out.
What would be in a soup that a cricket eats?
Hell.
Ants.
Do they eat ants? What the fuck?
This episode is about crickets now.
They don't. Cricket soup. They don't eat They don't eat soup. The hell do they eat? Are they vegetarians or something like that? I don't know.
They would eat a leaf.
Sure. Yeah, I think they eat leaves.
And if they're eating a leaf and there's a drop of dew on it, do they think of that as soup?
Hmm.
I can give you worst soup.
What do you got?
Chicken noodle.
Really? Huh.
Get it out of here.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Can you be more specific of like why you don't like it?
The taste of it is bad for
Cool.
me.
Thanks.
No, I'll do it how you want me to do it. The mouth.
Do it
feel.
how I want you to do it. The mouth feel.
I don't like
Tell
the
me.
mouth feel. No, it's a tangy, slimy. It did not cure my cold. It's tangy, slimy. The chicken is wet, which a chicken is not an aquatic bird. Yeah. I don't even like the chicken flavored ramen packet.
Yeah, no, that's even more weird. What ramen packet do you eat?
I go with the beef and then I add my own medley of spices to it, which I'm not even going to reveal because it's
the soup episode. Ramen's like soup, basically.
that was going to be a question of mine. Ramen counts as a soup, right? It's a noodle soup.
It's a fucking noodle
if
soup,
you
man.
maintain the broth.
Well,
there are
okay.
so many ways to prepare ramen, but if you maintain the broth. If there's broth, it's soup, right?
I think so. So, well, the ramen that I eat, I always get the cup of noodle because that shit's that slaps.
Yeah.
Okay.
You like it, the self-contained nature of it.
Yeah. Well, plus you get like if you get the chicken flavor, it comes with like little carrots and peas and stuff, and then if you get the shrimp flavor, it comes with like little freeze-dried little tiny shrimp.
The smallest little shrimp.
Yeah. Beef flavor, you get like little dehydrated little pieces of beef jerky, basically, was what it is.
Yeah. I do miss those in
that,
the in the
Yeah, you just pour some water in there and it stays hot for like 5 years.
Yeah. Those are good. I get the ones that are, individually wrapped ramen brick.
See, when I cook those, I drain all the water out. All the water out.
Here's my method. I've been playing around with different ramen methods for a long, long time.
In the lab.
And yeah. And working in the lab late one night,
Goggles.
I beheld a delicious sight, and so this has been my method lately for ramen. And ramen, by the way, is next best. I wanted to confirm that ramen counts as a soup. Potato, delicious, comforting. My sweet mama's potato soup. Put a little Tony's Creole seasoning in that. But the soup I eat the most is ramen.
Hey, let's have a Rust Bowl Ding for your mom's potato soup. How about that?
Well earned.
Next best ramen.
Next best gotta be ramen. The soup I've eaten the most in my life, for sure.
Okay.
I eat ramen a little bit too often considering my age, probably. But it's just nice. It's easy. Takes you 5 minutes.
I'll be eating ramen when I'm dead.
Yeah, I ate ramen literally 30 minutes before we started recording. Here's my method lately. I put the water on, put it on high. I drop the noodles in, I crack them. Crack them in half. I crack them in fourths.
Oh.
Crack that brick in fourths, I say. And then I measure it out on my scale. I put it in tiny little... No, I just like somebody being like, could I get an ounce of ramen? We get an eighth of ramen. Yeah,
Pretty funny.
Yeah, blaze at 420, blah, blah, blah.
So on and so forth.
Yeah, etc. I put the noodles right in there. Nothing else goes in the pot.
Okay.
I get all my spice medley.
What about the water?
Oh, water does go in the pot.
Okay.
No, I just toast the noodles dry.
So you gotta brown them.
And then
Okay.
I mix all my spice medley together in a bowl. I drain almost all of the water out. I scoop the noodles into the bowl, careful to not have the water touch them. Then I wrap up those noodles, get all those spices really nicely spread all over all of it. Okay. Then I pour the last little bit of water, so there's about an inch of broth, but all the noodles have all the spices on them.
It's sort of like a strange reduction, almost.
It's method, what do they call that? Gastro.
Sure, I mean,
it's gastro.
Having a little bit myself, to be honest, right?
But
at the moment,
but it works great because your noodles are so flavorful, and then your broth is also flavorful. But the broth sometimes will steal the spices from the noodle if you just mix it all together in the pot.
That's true.
You're welcome.
That's true. Wow.
And I go beef, and I add many other things to it, herbs and spices.
Huh. So
and I'll give you just one. And this is how deep I go with this. Just a dash. Seriously, more than a dash ruins it, but a dash of cinnamon.
Oh.
I'm telling you, you got to be really, really small.
Huh.
Yeah. You're welcome.
Very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, shit, man. When I cook a packet of that, I just cook the noodles on their own in the water, and then I drain the water, and I put the noodles in a bowl, and then I just add spices onto the fucking noodles.
See, that is good. But I have found that if you do that, but just like an inch of broth after you've done it, what you do,
you can,
then it cuts it, because sometimes it's too salty.
Wow.
And then at the end you go
just slurp it up.
Slurp it. The soup is a food that comes in 2 steps.
The cool down and the eat.
The measured amount with spoon, and then fuck it, I'm all in.
Measured amount with spoon, fuck it, I'm all in.
I'm all in.
That makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Do you have worst soup? Oh, this is, by the way, worst soup I've eaten. There's a soup that we'll get to later. That has got to be the worst soup.
Okay. Gotcha.
But I have not eaten it.
Worst soup. You know, now that I think about it, it's hard to think that there's a worst soup. I mean, soup is kind of hard to mess with. If you're asking me, you know, you know what? Fucking pea soup.
Oh. I like a split pea. I don't know the difference between split pea and regular pea soup, but I do like a split pea
I'm not sure if there is a difference, but it's nothing. It's not even like necessarily that bad. It just doesn't do anything for me.
I Ma Caffrey's split pea, which she didn't make that often, but every once in a while, very similar in nature to the potato soup. Similar creamy-ish broth, good salt content. The pea on its own, other than the little ones that are in the cup of noodle, I have very little room for in my life.
Yeah.
As small as they may be.
Got some meatloaf, mashed potatoes. I want some peas with that. But other than that, fuck a pea.
I mean, this is not vegetables episode.
Hey.
And it was my fault. And I'm sorry.
Well, let's just move on. Okay. You know?
Yeah. I feel awful.
You know, it's part of podcasting is feeling awful about some shit you just said that doesn't align with the topic and just getting over it, you know?
Yeah.
Part of podcasting comes with the territory.
Yeah.
Comes with the terrain.
Yeah.
So.
I don't know. I just don't know how to come back from this now. I mean, we said it a bunch of times. We're eating soup
Yeah.
at the beginning of it. We said, this is the soup episode.
Uh-huh.
And I go off
Like
and
you
make it
say
about
that shit.
vegetables.
Make it about vegetables.
And I'm sorry
Okay.
for anybody that I may
Okay.
have affected through my thoughtless, careless actions.
Keep going.
And I'm going to take a long time to sit back and listen
Mm-hmm.
to things about soup.
That's good. All right. Well, hey, we're just gonna keep rolling here. We're gonna go straight into lay players. Okay.
That'd be nice.
This is a part of a podcast where we talk about a podcast potentially has a possibility of being a better podcast. Part about pea soup. How about pea intros? Anyways.
Poppin'.
Oh. So, I think a cool podcast would be, okay, like maybe you put on a GoPro. I always go to the GoPro well, I'm sorry. All right, fuck you. But we get an Uber with a GoPro, and the point is to try to get the Uber driver to say a specific word. You know?
Okay. Should we play it out?
Yeah, you're the driver, just GoPro.
Okay.
Hey, I'm Jason, what's up?
I have to remember how to pretend to drive a car.
10 and 2.
And I have both feet on the gas.
Hey, you know what? I'm gonna stay home. Actually, I changed my mind.
Oh.
You can cancel the ride.
Okay. No,
I want to die.
Okay. I'm a new driver who does know.
Hey, what's up? Yeah, you should have seen that last guy. I don't think he ever drove a car.
I saw a real bad accident on the way over here. Might have been him.
Yeah.
You like seeing car accidents?
Love it.
I'm getting out of that one too. Third driver.
Yeah. You know what? I'm actually gonna stay home. Cancel the ride.
All right.
Hey, I'm Jason.
Hey, how's it going, Jason? We're heading
see.
to the ointment shop.
Yeah, I need some ointments
Hey.
without dying.
Yeah, don't we all?
Yeah.
I got one. I don't even want to tell you where I put it.
I'm gonna stay home actually. Fourth time's a charm. I just want to fucking ride to the ointment shop.
All right.
Hey, I'm Jason. What's up?
Hey,
Go to the
how's it
ointment
going?
shop, right?
Yeah.
Hey, stop talking.
Okay, you got it.
Okay. Oh, I got my seatbelt on. We're going good. Hey, you know chickpeas, right? You know what that is?
Were you talking to me?
Yeah, you can talk now. Just like answer like my questions specifically. And don't
Okay.
talk about.
Ooh, all right. Man who knows what he wants. Okay. Do I know the chickpea? Yeah, sure. It's like a little.
Yeah, well, there's like another name for it.
Do
you know what
geez,
that is?
am I allowed to elaborate, or do I need to?
Yeah,
wait?
no, just elaborate. I mean,
Yeah,
there's,
I know they use to make hummus.
well, there's another name for the actual pea.
Oh yeah, is that the garbanzo? That's a fun word, isn't it? Oh, sorry.
This is it. We're at the ointment shop. I'm alive.
Oh.
Actually, I didn't even need ointments. I was just
Wow,
recording a
we were
podcast.
really close. You could have walked, but hey, it's your money.
I could have died if I walked.
Well, you could die at any moment. Really, any of us could.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Was garbanzo
Yeah.
the word? But nothing happened when he said it.
I don't know. Alarm goes off on the podcast.
That's what I was expecting.
Like
was
confetti.
like some kind of ding,
stuff.
ding, ding noise at
Ding,
the
ding, ding, ding,
minimum.
ding, ding.
But it didn't happen.
Well, I wouldn't want to do it like actually recording the podcast. Like, you just said the word I wanted you to say. Maybe I would and be like, hey, watch this podcast. It'd be like, I'd be like, you're going to be on this podcast because you said garbanzo.
But the other drivers did not make the podcast.
No. Well, no, they would. They would just so that other people could know who they were and not schedule rides with them. All four of them.
based on their voice. It's like
Yeah.
you get in the Uber, you've heard every episode of the podcast, so you get in your Uber and you're like, hey, could you just say the word ointment real quick so I can see if I recognize?
Okay, bye. Man, those are some scary fucking Uber drivers. God damn.
Yeah.
Anyways, I think that'd be a pretty cool podcast, right? It'd be kind of fun.
I mean, if you add a ding ding noise, then yes.
We'll add the ding.
Okay.
We'll take that note. That's a good note.
Okay. Thank you.
Absolutely. Yeah. But yeah, think about it.
You got a name for it?
Oh. No, I actually don't. What, you got anything?
Uh,
How about Craig? Does he got anything?
Craig?
That's our mascot.
Hey, Craig. What do you got?
You got a cigarette? Thanks. I'm missing a fucking wing.
Oh, you got a little camera shy.
I used to be an angel, but now I'm just like a pensioned out. Alright, so now I'm living down in Florida. And, hey, I gotta see, healthcare is good down here. Lost the wings, so I got the medication for that. I don't want to go back to heaven, you know. It's fucking too much for me. I like the slow life down here in Florida. I'm Craig.
I'm amazed by how deep Craig's voice was.
Well, he's
So
seen
small.
some shit
Yeah.
for a little angel guy.
Sure. Beautiful set of pipes, though.
I think they're cigarettes, actually.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
Why? Well, then what are you bumming one from? Come on, Craig.
Saving money.
Retired in Florida.
That fucking the Powerball cleaned him out.
Yeah. So we
Think
never
about
came
it.
up with an episode. Yeah.
For title, I don't know.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. We met Craig instead. That was better.
Well, I mean, he
Hey.
had the idea.
You tell us what it's called.
Give us a title.
This will be fun.
Give us a title.
What do you think?
What do you think? You don't even really have to tell us. You can just tell yourself. But
Yeah.
that'd be a good title.
Good one. All right. We'll be right back.
A little bit of hot, be right back soup for you. Crackers in there.
We are back. We are back. Talking about soup. Talking about soup. We are talking about soup. We are talking about soup.
We're back. We're talking about soup.
Yeah. And we're of course going to talk about soup in the world and the history of soup.
The big old matzo ball of the world. Hey,
Yes.
matzo ball soup.
Yes.
That's just two like dough balls in broth. Am I wrong? Am I crazy? I've never fucking had it.
I think I had it once and I don't remember, but it's like the matzah, as I recall, it sort of takes the place of like what several small dumplings would do in a dumpling soup. So instead of dumping a dumpling, you dump a matzo in
Instead
there.
of dumping a dumpling, you dump a matzo. Yeah.
And you just sort of you cut slices off with your spoon as you go.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Pretty cool way to live.
Yeah. It's like the same as having crackers in it, kind of. I mean, a matzah is a cracker.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Cool.
Essentially.
I want to try it. I want to try it at some point.
Matzo ball soup.
Yeah. Can I make me some matzo ball soup?
Do I want to make some?
Yeah.
I am not good at it
Okay.
because when I try and turn the matzah, which is a big cracker, when I try and turn it into a ball, it just cracks. So I don't know how to do it yet, but I'll keep practicing.
All right. You just got to tap into your Jewish mom.
Yeah.
Eat your skin and bones. Eat.
And I do have that heritage. And
a little bit.
I have eaten a lot of matzah.
L'chaim, right?
You just you spread a little butter on it.
Really?
Yeah. Because it's like a cracker that's that big. So it's sort of like if you were buttering a piece of toast, in a way.
So, but what? I mean, why do they make it into a ball? Well, it's just matzah cracker.
Well, because traditionally a bowl is more rounded. You're thinking of a plate. Matzah on a plate.
Well, I mean, no. Why do they make the matzah cracker into a ball, though? Just because it's a bowl?
Yeah. It wouldn't fit.
Yeah. Cool.
That's why soup isn't flat.
Yeah.
And was soup ever flat? Let's find out. I'm a flat souper. Jay, there is evidence of the existence of soup going as far back as 20,000 BC.
No, there's not.
Evidence of the existence of it is what it said on the internet.
No, there's not.
It's, I mean...
This episode, I'm just going to dispute all your facts.
Okay.
All the facts, I'm just going to
you're a flat soup denier.
Yeah. There's, I mean, okay, so 20,000 BC, I mean, like, come on, like, what kind of soup, or what kind of proof of a soup can exist for over 20,000 years? Somebody wrote about soup? How do you know they were writing about soup? Maybe we translated the language wrong, and they were writing about, scoops.
Oh,
It's not a soup, it's a scoop. Oh, we know.
You are right. It's there is evidence of existence of scoops as far back as 20,000 BC.
Told you.
Wow, it's good that somebody's finally calling me on my bullshit.
Next.
Okay. Next is that soup didn't really gain popularity until the boiling of water became easier with the invention of more waterproof containers such as clay.
Waterproof containers? Give me a fucking break. Everything is fucking waterproof. Water doesn't just like become something else. It's water all the time. Same amount of water is on Earth now that has always been on Earth. So like everything is technically fucking waterproof, okay? You can like seep into it, but like, I don't know. That's just weird. Like, okay, I get it. Like, don't get me wrong, I get it. You need a pot. Cool.
Well, you're right.
Next.
Okay.
I'm done.
Okay.
This is too exhausting to be right. To be right every time is just too exhausting, so I'm just going to...
And to be right at Quentin Tarantino levels of certainty. How right you are.
Yeah.
He would make a great conspiracy theorist if he wanted to be one.
He's got the voice.
Yeah.
He's got it.
So, the Earth, okay, it's flat, alright? I mean, I'm looking right over there. It's not like this, okay?
And also, it's not on Wikipedia. There has to be a Wikipedia page.
The voice of Wikipedia.
Yeah.
Did you know that there is controversy surrounding the film The Twilight Zone?
That's more about the invention of boiling, kind of.
Well, yeah.
But I guess there is the going theory about soup of 20,000 BC is that it was probably spicy pumpkin. You ever had a pumpkin soup?
No. I've had squash soup, which is pretty good.
Same deal.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not.
I can get down with some squash soup.
I'm not much for pumpkin flavored things.
Yeah, I mean, either pumpkin pie is.
I agree. Other than again, Ma Caffrey, she made a pumpkin bread that was real good.
Okay.
That was nice. That was nice.
I can see that. I like banana bread. I like zucchini bread. You know, pumpkin bread. That's. I'll sanction that.
I'd be a hard sell on zucchini bread, but this is not bread episode. Okay, we're just gonna move. Let's do the etymology. Soup comes from the French soup.
Thank God. Okay.
Soup comes from the French soup, which they put an E at the end of it, as they are wont to do. But that comes from the vulgar Latin.
I got some vulgar Latin for you.
Fucus uus. Of the vulgar Latin suppa, or supa, probably, which would mean bread that is soaked in broth, which comes from a Germanic source and also is the origin of sop, which is bread that is dipped. Use it to sop. So sop, soppa, soup, soup.
So bread and soup are linked very closely from the beginning of soup.
They are. You said it right off the bat, whereas the crackers. And that is also something we're going to come back to.
A little soup in my teeth.
Here's a little extra etymology. Extramology.
Ooh.
The word restaurant in the French was means to restore, and was originally used to refer to a highly concentrated, inexpensive soup that was sold by street vendors in the 16th century and was advertised as an antidote to physical exhaustion.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
So
that shit was good.
Oui. Très bien. And so in 1765, I believe, Parisian fellow, un homme parisien, set up a soup shop, took it from the street to the inside, and that was called a restaurant, and that was the first time the word restaurant was ever used. So we have soup to thank for that.
I like restaurants. I like going to them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You
if
know?
you're going to eat somewhere, and I'd rather it was not on the street,
Same.
gotta go to a restaurant. Can you imagine soup, street soup? Like, we live in a place where you go downtown and there's a guy flinging hot dogs.
There's a glizzy guy
Who's
down
glizzy
there
man.
at Fourth and Church, yeah.
Who probably is making buco de buco.
Pesto.
But if it was soup, people are just not going to go for that now. Will you ever buy soup off the street? I cannot imagine.
So I'm picturing a soup truck at like 1 a.m. on Main Street.
It's like a little cart.
Yeah, and you got like 1,000 tourists that are drunk on fucking Fireball since 5 p.m. and here's a steaming hot bowl of soup.
No way.
They're just
I can't think of a worse option.
uh
Even chili is like safer.
yeah. Hey, there's a podcast.
Chili?
Hi, welcome to Chili's. No, just a soup. Just a soup. Give a drunk person soup and see what happens.
Oh.
Maybe a little inhumane, I suppose, but fuck it.
I mean, you
Anything for a podcast, you know?
sure. And I mean, if you like provide the drinks to them, then you did something nice, and it's up to them whether they spill it or not. You're not like, look, are we hoping that happens? Maybe.
It's out of my hands. It's out of my hands.
It would also, sometimes it would be a nice on an episode if they make it through the whole bowl and a ding 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 noise happens.
Ooh, yeah.
Then there's some other stuff about soup.
Cool.
Yeah.
Hey, what's the hottest soup?
Oh man. The one that just was made.
Let's
Let's
see if
check
it's
the fact
yeah,
tube
let's-
for the
let's check
hottest soup.
for the hottest.
Okay. Ooh.
Interesting. Yeah, that. Hey, I like soup, but whoa.
That's too hot. So everywhere in the world has soup. There's the soup that you get over here and the soup that you get over here, and they're different. And they over there they say this is the best soup that we made.
You're like, no, this is the best soup we made. No.
Yeah, and then you throw hot soup at each other until it gets in somebody's mouth, and he says, "Actually, that is pretty good," and then they win.
I didn't know this shit happened. I
Mhm.
didn't know that
Yeah.
happened.
And that is why we end up
Wow.
with the 3 most popular soups in America.
Hold on. Let's see if I can.
Or
Let's see if I can bird dog it. What's up?
okay, so there's 2 versions of this, and I do want to see if you can
Here we go.
bird dog both of it.
Okay.
One is the most sold canned soups,
Huh.
most consumed.
Hmm.
The other is the highest on Amazon.com. This is what people buy the most.
Fuck Amazon. Fuck Jeff. Let's go with just the most sold canned.
Okay.
Because I don't.
They are all Campbell's,
Sure.
of course. Andy Warhol could have told you that.
And I can't do it in order.
No,
I'm
it's not
a
listed in order.
genius,
It's
so-
not listed in order.
Okay, cool. I am a genius. So we got chicken noodle, obviously. Give me a break.
Yep.
I'm gonna. It just got really hard.
Chicken noodle 2 more times.
Chicken noodle, we're done. Oh, mama. Well, cream of mushroom.
Correct. That was the most surprising of the 3 to me. But
Well, people use it in fucking casseroles more than they eat it as a
I
soup.
myself do. In fact, I make a chicken noodle casserole using cream of mushroom soup.
I want to try that.
It is delicious.
Okay,
Again,
I'll
Ma
kill-
Caffrey recipe. This episode's a real tribute
Woo.
to her.
I would kill somebody for a casserole at any point.
Well,
Any person, too.
so I just have to think of who I want killed, and then I'll make you the casserole.
Is it, casserole first.
Half casserole now, the other half on completion of the job.
All right.
Okay.
Now, once you give me half the casserole, you understand what this means. It's gonna happen because I'm gonna want the other half.
Hey, you got the shit? You got the casserole?
Casserole assassin.
This casserole's all made out of paper.
Bang, 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 bang.
Wow, what a thriller. There's no evidence that he got paid. He ate it. Give myself a little ding.
Yeah.
A little sensible ding.
Yeah.
So coming in at number 3. Oh man,
I can give you a hint.
give me a slight hint. Don't.
This is
I mean, you know.
this is slight. I don't even
Okay.
actually know if it'll help you, but
Oh, it will.
I would never fucking eat this. Never. Ugh.
Well, that's good because I was starting to think potato. But
No. I wish the world was like that. Instead, it's something that I find abhorrent.
Okay, what's the hint? Is that the hint?
That was the hint. Do you want
Oh.
a better hint? I have a better one.
Give me a better hint.
Okay. The better hint is this is really gonna be like a really good hint, though.
No.
Okay.
No, don't give me it.
Well, okay, I'll give it to you in a looser form. This soup is very much attached to another thing.
Ooh.
In fact, I think it's attachment to the
Tomato soup.
You are correct, because the
Grilled
thing
cheese.
it's attached to, of course, is grilled cheese. Was that too good of a hint?
No, I mean, it's just like, it's right there, tomato soup. I mean, it just threw me off that you were like, you hate it.
I hate it. I hate it.
Why?
Look, this is not the
Why?
vegetables episode, but there's a lot about tomatoes that I'm going to have to say when we get there. And I don't want to make it about that right now, but turning tomato into a soup is not something that makes me hungry.
I like a good tomato soup. Put some, what you do is you put croutons in it.
Well, just give me the croutons dry.
Pretty dry.
It's all right.
Tomato
I'll
soup's pretty
suffer
good.
through it.
Tomato soup is like, it's just a mellow kind of thing. It's like drinking a Pinot Grigio kind of wine. It's
The
just
most
like
selling
almost a
soups,
nothing.
according to Amazon, are I googled what is the most popular soup. I'm moving us on.
I noticed.
Tomatoes are my comic books. I will not listen
Oh, you shouldn't have said that, buddy. Now I got some ammo in this Marvel war that besieges me at every turn.
Oh, jeez. Marvel Studios presents
Tomatoes.
Spider-Man versus Tomato.
I'm gonna go buy some tomatoes. Fuck you. Spider-Man versus tomatoes.
I googled what is the most popular soup. Those three. Sorry, just to finish that. Those three soups: tomato, cream of mushroom, and chicken noodle, account for 2.5 billion bowls consumed per year in the United States.
Ooh, big soup. What if we invaded Iraq for soup? Just I don't know. Just hey, just throwing it out there.
Okay, we invaded Iraq, okay? It's for soup, alright? It's for tomato, it's for cream of mushroom, okay?
Quentin Tarantino, the conspiracy theorist, convinced that we invaded Iraq as a soup. I love it. Okay.
3 top selling according to Amazon, which I googled what is the most popular soup, and again I looked at the other questions, and one of them was what soup is best. So obviously I have to click on that.
Oh yeah.
Because we operate on the Mitt Romney scale here.
Oh yes.
And so the answer to which soup is best, according to Amazon.com, their best-selling ready-made soups are number 1, aka best, is vegetable soup, sweet corn variety specifically. Next best, instant sweet corn. Get all those other vegetables out of there. Third best, aka it's like, yeah, classic mixed vegetable, no sweet corn. So,
who's buying all this weird soup? Sweet corn. I like corn pudding, okay? I'm sorry this is a soup episode. I'm not trying to fuck everything up here. You know, we've gotten this far. I don't want to spit in the face of what we've done here on soup episodes so far, but I like corn pudding.
I don't think I've ever had it. You never had matzah?
And you don't like tomatoes.
And you don't like comic books. Let's call the whole thing off.
Sweet corn, huh?
Yeah.
I've had corn chowder. Corn chowder is quite good. Is that the same as sweet corn? Corn chowder is sweet.
I have
to a
no
degree.
idea. This episode is not corn.
Hey, let's see. Is sweet corn? Let's check the fact. Is sweet corn soup the same as corn chowder?
FactTube, is this episode are we talking about soup enough on it? See?
Wait, no.
Oh. See?
Okay.
Thank you, FactTube.
Thank you, Fact.
So there are dessert soups, which is a good coming off sweet corn soup. There's our dessert soups.
Yeah, it's ice cream that you put in the microwave for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
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 Or just ramen with chocolate syrup drizzled on it.
Ooh. Ooh. What's a dessert soup? That's fucked up.
Okay,
that sounds
yeah.
weird.
Let's do it.
I don't know if I like that. I don't know if I am ready to accept that.
I don't know if I like that. There is a...
Hey, anything that exists without my knowledge exists without my consent.
Okay. There's one called Che, which is Vietnamese. It has sugar and coconut milk plus some various kinds of fruits, and it's served cold. There's Ginatan, which is Philippine. It is coconut milk plus some fruit plus tapioca pearls. It can be hot or cold. There's one called Shiruko, which is Japanese. It's made from an azuki bean. There's one called Tong Sui, which is a... Oh, Tong Sui is a general term for Chinese. Got a lot of different kinds of dessert soups. And then there's one called Sawin, which has milk, spices, vermicelli noodles, almonds, and fruits. And it is served at a Muslim festival, which I did not write the name of down because I didn't want to pronounce it wrong. And that is in Trinidad and Tobago.
Well, I'll be damned. Cream of wheat. That's kind of a dessert soup, don't you think?
No, I'd call that more of a,
Well,
like a porridge.
I always put honey in it. Butter and honey. So I guess I just kind of make it into a dessert soup.
I would still call it a porridge.
Deal with it, America. Yeah, it's a porridge. Yeah, you're right. Well, I mean, hey.
We're very political this episode.
Next.
There's a term called the Japanese have decided that they think that 3 types of soup are best. And
okay.
In general, the Japanese really love soup a lot. So this made it onto the Wikipedia as a you should check this out because this is what I guess we all are gonna go by this standard.
I mean, hey, let's see. I'm not agreeing to anything yet.
Sure. So it's the 3 best, but there are 4 because 2 of them they said are tied.
Bad start. Bad start, Japan. But okay, let's just keep going.
So the 2 that are tied for 3rd are Tom Yam Goong.
Oh yeah.
Thai soup, hot and sour, prawns, fish sauce, chili peppers, lemongrass,
Ooh, that sounds good.
It does sound really good.
Oh.
The fact that tied with borscht, you know what borscht is?
Yeah, that's fucked up.
That's fucked up.
Duh.
This episode is not about borscht.
Yeah, if you're listening to the soup episode, you want to hear about borscht, you fuck yourself.
You came to the wrong.
Yeah, we don't need none of that shit around here.
That's right,
Get
Craig.
out of this fucking podcast. My name's Craig.
We're not, and Craig's not, and the Fact Tube is not even gonna explain what borscht is.
That's
If you
right.
don't know, skip it.
Yeah.
Your life is fine.
I'm from Florida. My favorite soup is bath salts.
So the 2 that are not tied, one of them is a bouillabaisse.
I'm sorry?
A bouillabaisse from Marseille, France, which has 3 different types of fish plus herbs and spices. Never had it.
Also sounds
Probably pretty
amazing.
good.
Yeah.
A fish soup is a good soup. And then the other one, also a fish soup. This is shark fin soup. Never had it.
I would like to try that.
I would too, but here is something
Fuck a shark.
fishy about it. Didn't plan that.
They're mammals.
Didn't
No,
plan that
I'm
ahead.
joking. Yeah, didn't plan
Shark's
that.
not a fish, okay?
No, I did not plan that ahead, truly.
Okay, I believe you.
And I want the audience to believe me. Shark fin soup.
Yeah.
The Japanese say that they like the Chinese version of it the best. It made the top 3/4. Okay? But I also happened to notice on the page number 1 exporter of shark fins, Japan. So they're like, hey everybody, we want the world to know shark fin soup, best soup. And if you need some shark fins, guess what? We have plenty.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you can eat borscht, I guess. That's like why that's on the list. We cracked it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Fucking capitalism, man.
Mm.
So this is a soup episode. It's not a capitalism
No,
episode.
it's
Yeah,
not.
I'm sorry.
And look, shark fin soup does sound very good. I'm just saying, follow the money.
Yeah,
That's what we're talking about here on soup. Follow the money.
I think it's a Japanese saying. Actually, what's the answer to 99 out of 100 questions? Money. Okay, so that's, tables have turned, Japan. Yeah, look in the mirror
Mm-hmm.
with the shark fin shenanigans that you're doing.
What was the last thing you said before that?
Some dumb shit about soups,
90
man.
99 times.
Oh, yeah.
Some dumb shit about soup. Yes. Follow the money. We'll be right back.
We'll be right back.
We're back. Segment 3, Metaphiles, episode 27. If we can make it through this one and one more, then we will not be in the dreaded 27 Club with the likes of such podcast luminaries as Kurt Cobain and Jimi Hendrix and Janis Joplin, who released so many good podcasts so young.
Yeah. You know, isn't that, I mean, shit. 27 Club. There's got to be other age clubs that people just haven't, like, given a shit about to, like, identify
Sure.
as a category.
I mean, there's the, like...
It's like confirmation bias.
There's, like, the 98 Club.
What's that?
That's all the people that died when they were 98. There's probably a bunch of them.
I'm just getting kind of an idea that there's probably a club for, like, every possible age.
Probably.
If we just take the categories, get them loose enough.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'll bet some motherfucker wrote some fucking article about the 27 Club, 98 Club, and that's the whole reason they exist. All right?
It's because of an article.
That's right.
The media. I got a hair on my tongue. Can you be mad about the media?
There's a hair in my soup. It's hair soup. That's why.
Hair soup.
God.
And here on segment 3, we're going to be talking about why soup. And having hair in it certainly is not why. But let's get into why. Why do we want to eat a meal that most of it is hot water? And do we want that?
So, I saw that if it's liquid, it makes you... At some point, I just read this. If it's liquid, it makes you feel fuller longer. So that's part of it.
That is very interesting because one of my things with soup is I don't consider soup to be a meal on its own. I just don't.
That's it's a reasonable take.
Yeah.
It's reasonable. Yeah.
And even from the very beginning, and I couldn't wait till we got here, from the very beginning, you said, where are the crackers?
Yeah.
I ate some ramen today. You better believe that's not the only thing I ate. I had a burrito with it because I needed something that was also going to be filling.
Sure.
I could have a full belly when I podcast.
Yeah.
Ramen wasn't going to do it on its own.
You need your carbohydrates for podcasting, your fats, your proteins for podcasting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So, wherever else we go with this, soup on its own. It needs the help. Nobody's eating tomato soup on its own. I hope to God. You're having it with a grilled cheese. And for me, give me just the grilled cheese.
What about a stew?
This is where, is a stew a soup? And do we want to have our own viral argument sensation a la is hot dog a sandwich?
Oh, here we go.
Soup a stew?
Soup a stew?
Go ahead and hashtag it, folks. Is soup a stew? Get us up these charts.
Get us up on the stew charts.
We're number 1 on stew.com this week. Metaphiles. Hey, I'm Woody Harrelson here to say Metaphiles is the number 1 stew podcast that I ever heard.
You sound just like him.
Thank you. That's because I am him, except now I'm losing it.
We're viral.
We're viral. We can do whatever we want now.
Here we go. That's about it.
That's about it.
It's cool being viral, but
yeah. No, a stew has a bunch of stuff in there. A stew is a soup that knew that it needed to be better.
Yeah. Do you think it's like Soup 2.0, like an upgrade on soup?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
A soup is a stew that didn't have enough ideas.
Yeah, soup is like, I don't know, I don't know. Do you have like cheese and bread? You can make grilled cheese. I don't know.
You could have me with a sandwich.
Yeah, me with a sandwich.
You
or
could put
salad.
so much crackers in me that you're kind of mostly eating crackers, and then I'm there too.
And Stu walks in, just busts the door down.
Oh,
And Soup's like, well, whatever. I mean, I don't want all that shit.
yeah. I'm
I'm just like,
happy just being
it's
just
fine.
being me. And it is like, I mean, look, I'm a little skinny guy, but the Soup is like the skinny little nerdy brother, and the Stew's like the
Chad.
big Chad.
The nerd Soup.
And
Chad.
I'm not saying that nerds are bad. I'm just saying
Oh.
Soup needs help.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, Soup just... If there's one soup that I could eat for a meal, I would say clam chowder.
Mm.
You know?
Your thicker soups get closer.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. They're like a hair's breadth away from a stew.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah. I guess what we're saying is we like our food thick
Oh, yeah.
with 2 C's.
With 2 C's. That's right. We want our soups to have some jiggle in their wiggle, okay?
That's right.
Like clam chowder.
Yeah. Clam chowder has some junk in the trunk. Do you want to hear some soup terms?
Please. Soup? I can't imagine what...
You'll get it.
Okay.
Duck soup is a term based on the idea that duck soup, I guess, is very easy to make. And when we refer to something as duck soup, it means it's very easy to do.
I'm going to use that.
There you go. This is where we're folding back a little bit into slang episode here.
Nice. Hey, podcasting? Fucking duck soup.
Duck soup. Soup to nuts. You know it?
Soup? No, I don't. Soup to nuts.
Soup to nuts means beginning to end. It refers to how soup in a multi-course meal is going to come at the beginning. And then I guess nuts come at the end. I guess.
If you play your cards right,
Hey.
ladies.
Okay. If you are in the soup.
Uh-huh. Then it's like you're fucked, right?
Yeah.
Hey.
And what does that tell you?
What?
That soup sucks.
I don't know about that.
Pea soup fog. Obviously. Thick fog because pea soup looks thick. Primordial soup. What we all come out of.
Hey, sometimes in the morning time, before I have my coffee, I feel like that. I feel like primordial soup. I don't know.
The soup kitchen. We know. Tag soup is a term used by coders to refer to HTML, which is poorly coded, full of tags. Tag soup. Superism.
I like that.
During the Irish famine, religious organizations would offer hungry Irish people soup if they converted to their religion. And Irish people refer to that as superism.
They couldn't have done a stew, at least.
And the Irish will refer to somebody who did that as having, they took the soup.
Wow. Yeah, whatever. I'll live my life for Jesus Christ.
Can I just please have...
Give me a bowl of fucking soup. It's tomato soup? God damn it. I'm sorry. Gosh darn it. You're like, you say it and they take the fucking soup away from you.
I would be
That's
so
so absurd.
upset if I was an Irish person and I took the soup and it was tomato. Oh man.
Yeah. You turn into an atheist.
Yeah.
Get a fedora.
And then there is sabaw, I don't know, Filipino term, which means you're unable to think clearly. It's like your brain is like an empty bowl of soup. And if somebody says something
like me.
that you don't understand what they said, then that is sabag. The thing they said makes no sense. It's sabag. So sabag. Took the soup.
Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah. There's the term stone soup. Do you know the story of the stone soup?
No.
This is an old folk's tale where some travelers come to this village and they're like, we are hungry. We don't have any food. We have a pot. We got nothing to put in the pot. Villagers like, well, we are kind of eating our own food. We don't know who you are. Congratulations on your pot. We're going to keep eating dinner. And they're like, well, that's cool, whatever. And they go down to the river. They fill the pot up with water. They put a stone in it. They wait until somebody's walking past. They drop a stone in the pot of water. And the guy, he's like, what are you doing? And they said, oh, we're making stone soup. But we just put the stone in it. It's really better if you put a lot of other stuff in it, but we're just starting with the stone. And the guy was like, well, hey, I got some carrots. If I put those in there, can I try some of the stone soup? And he does it. He goes to tell his buddy. His buddy's like, well, I got some garlic. The whole town, they're all putting everything in there. And all of a sudden, you got a bunch of stuff in there. And the guys, the travelers, they take the stone out of it because you can't eat a stone. And they're like, well, time for stone soup. And they're eating it, and everybody's eating it. And the moral of the story is that it's good to share, I guess. But really, what the story's about is like these fucking scam artists.
Yeah.
Who now that next week, that villager's gonna be like, where are my carrots? I'm hungry. Oh, I
Stone
remember
soup.
I put it in that
Wow.
those guys, and then they left the next day.
Yeah, it takes advantage of what those villagers took for granted.
Yeah.
Carrots and such. It's just a carrot. Can lend it to somebody. It's not a whole fucking soup bowl.
Right.
Yeah. Very crafty.
Very crafty. Yeah. So stone soup is used to refer to like, hey, it's good to share. But I think it should mean like, hey, you can really get one over on people pretty easy.
Yeah.
You just got to make them think it's the thing they want. That's it.
There you go.
So, why soup?
Grift some dumb motherfuckers, that's why.
Yes.
Nah.
Soup, the ultimate con.
You walk into a bank. Hey, ooh, this soup is hot. Can you hold this for me? All right, put him up.
Can you fan my tongue with some wads of money?
Yeah, it is. All right, yeah. Closer, yeah. It's so hot. I want to eat the soup so bad. It's so hot. Thank you. The old soup bank trick.
The old one.
Yeah. 20,000 years old, as far as I recall.
Yeah. If you're eating something that has water in it, it makes you feel full longer, allegedly.
Yeah. And also, I mean, okay, so it's like fall. It's getting into fall right now.
Mm-hmm.
It warms you up. That's nice.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Yeah.
It's cheap.
Yeah.
Warms you up. Somewhat like tea, you know.
Yeah.
Kind of the same thing.
This is not tea episode.
Ooh, I'm sorry. It's
Yeah.
just like it's like a food accessory. Maybe.
Yeah. Yes. If there is soup around, I'm going to probably have some, depending on what it is. Oh, I can tell you, this is going back to something I dropped earlier. There is a soup that if somebody wanted to torture me, put me in a room and only feed me this for a day.
I'm taking notes.
I'm going to crack. I'm crack. I'll tell you whatever you want to know.
Okay.
It is a soup. We've all heard the name of it. It is called gazpacho. Do you know what that is?
Mm-mm.
Gazpacho is tomato soup, but it is served cold.
Ugh.
What a nightmare.
Ugh.
Why?
Any form of potato cold does
No,
not
tomato.
work. Oh.
Cold
Ooh.
tomato soup.
Ooh.
The one thing a tomato soup has going for it within the realm of soup is that it's at least going to be hot and warm you up.
Yeah. And then they give you just uncooked slices of white bread with perfectly unmelted American cheese slices in there too.
Well, that would be my nourishment. Because I am not going to touch the gazpacho.
Oh,
I would
man.
never.
GazpachNO.
Gazpacho. No.
Yeah,
But,
that
yes.
sounds awful, man. Fuck
Yeah,
that.
so bad.
It's hot. That's why soup. It's hot.
It's hot. It's a good accessory. I like that. That's a good way to put it. It's a good accessory.
Yeah.
It's nice to have it over here. Take a spoonful. Go back to eating your sandwich, which is what you really are excited about.
Yeah. I don't know. There can be soups that just the flavor of them are just amazing.
Sure.
And that does exist.
Yeah.
Some of those fish soups that we were talking about.
Mhm.
You know, that, okay.
But if I just have a bowl of that and there's nothing else,
Mhm.
I am walking away from the experience feeling like it was incomplete.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
Even if there's cornbread on the side. Now we're talking. It's not a corn episode, but
it's not a cornbread episode. It's, for me, it's Pinewood Lanes. I do like soup. I really do. Give me some soup. Give me some chicken noodle if I'm sick. Love it.
give me some chicken noodle. Watch me get sick. Give myself a cold out of spite. Spite cold.
Spike cold.
It's a good new metal band. I can't give the soup Pinewood, but I'm gonna give it. I'm gonna give it Parade Purgatory.
Okay.
It has never.
Okay.
It has never hurt me so far.
It's
I mean,
just-
it burned my tongue, but lots of things have done that.
It's just there.
Yeah.
It's just soup.
It's there. If I'm somewhere and if somebody says we're having soup, I'll eat it. I will say thank you. But if there's not at least some cornbread there, I'm gonna be like, "What are you trying to pull? What kind of
Yeah.
stone soup?"
Yeah. Yeah, if you go to somebody's house and they're like trying to be good hosts and they just give you soup, that's not good.
It's not.
They're just trying to save money or some shit.
Yeah. And
Okay.
look, I'm not gonna say they're bad people. I'm not gonna say it.
Link it, but you don't have to say it.
Certainly not trapdoor. I mean, potato soup alone saves it from that fate.
Sure.
Tomato soup would be fighting a losing battle with me.
I like soup.
Yeah. If you were going to start a soup from scratch, what are you doing? Take me through the steps. You can have any ingredients you want.
Let's start with Campbell's chicken noodle soup.
Heat it up, bowl.
No, I would, let's see.
No, I'm saying you're starting from scratch.
Yeah.
Water, I assume, is the first thing.
Well,
Unless you're going coconut milk.
I don't know. Let me just kind of like go off my head here, off the top of my head.
Okay.
How about some shrimp soup?
Ooh, okay.
I don't know. I would saute some onions in butter. I would add in some jalapenos.
Ooh, spicy shrimp soup.
Yeah.
I like it.
Once that's all browned up, I'd throw in some fish stock. Maybe some shrimp stock, some shrimp shells or something like that.
Mm-hmm. I have to interrupt.
What do you got?
We have not yet to mention a gumbo.
Ooh, ho!
Gumbo is a soup, I think. I don't even know. I think it's its own category.
Gumbo is a soup. No, it's a soup.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's not a stew, but is gumbo gumbo?
Gumbo's gumbo. Gumbo's gumbo, man.
Gumbo has rice in it. That's your weight.
That's what I would add to the shrimp soup. Rice.
Yeah. So you're making a gumbo. Gumbo
guess
rules.
so.
Love gumbo.
Well, in that case, I'd add in celery
Some
and
roux.
garlic.
A nice roux.
Get in some gumbo.
Some okra.
What is some okra?
Some Tony Creole, as we call it. Tony us.
Now, here's the thing. I gotta get a good shrimp. Call Dad. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I put in some rice. Okay, and then I put in the shrimp. And it's just something like that.
Gumbo is the soup that makes it.
Yeah. Mm.
If gumbo is
Gumbo's
soup.
good,
I
yeah.
think gumbo is gumbo, but
Yeah, you might be on something there. It's soupy. It's very soupy.
yeah. All right.
Yeah, hey.
So if you were making
that's all
soup
we
from
got.
scratch, you'd make a gumbo.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would
Easy.
probably boil potatoes, and then I would try and just like mash the potatoes up and stir it up until it became potato soup, and to see if that works. I don't know the recipe.
I think that's called mashed potatoes.
Even if you leave the water and you really stir it up really good.
That's just gonna be really watery mashed potatoes.
Okay. Well, my soup is not as good as yours, I think. But
Hell yeah. Woo! Feels good.
Jay wins soup.
Fucking soup, man. What are you gonna do?
Yeah. What are you gonna do?
You should like tomato soup. You're fucked up for not liking tomato soup.
Then you can call me
Hmm.
fucked up Caffrey.
Is there any kind of soup that's connected to a memory where you remember it's like soup happened at that point?
Mm.
The last time you ate soup? Is
Yeah.
that it?
Yeah, I'm just remembering about an hour ago when I ate ramen. That was,
That's cool, man. That's cool.
yeah. Do you?
Yeah. Yeah, I
Let me
do.
have it. Soup memory.
Yeah. No, I was just saying yeah. I was just saying yeah.
I just got suddenly like a moment where I left my brain and just thought how weird it is that we do this.
I mean,
You know what I mean? It's like we're sitting down here talking about soup. It's weird.
you broke the whole thing.
I
Like
know,
that.
I peered through the curtain. It just happened. I didn't even mean to. This is not the existentialism episode, but it's just funny.
Yeah,
that we,
easy, buddy. Yeah, it's
Yeah, it's pretty weird. There's microphones down here. We're talking about soup. We couldn't possibly end every episode this way, but it just happened to me, and I just thought, why
Yeah.
not?
Well, it's like all those times when I was growing up. It's like, when am I going to use math?
Mm-hmm.
It's like I'm fucking right. I don't need math. Like, look what I'm doing.
Yeah, you need soup.
I need soup. Like,
Your whole life of eating soup
I
led
didn't-
to this.
I need a diploma. I just need a couple microphones and some webcams.
Yeah.
It's yeah.
Yeah. So, you got anything else on soup?
I don't know. I don't know if I can even podcast
Did
anymore.
I broke the spell too much?
Just sitting in the basement talking about soup.
We're sitting in Metaphile Studio.
Oh,
we're podcasting about the topic, and
Yeah.
this week the topic is soup,
Yeah.
and it is. soup.
We're pretending this guy's a character. Hey, I'm Craig.
Yeah,
I'm
see
from
this
Florida.
Talk. It's Jay doing the voice.
Yeah, that's me.
This thing doesn't really turn on. I do that later.
Better than eating a fucking bowl of soup. At
On its
least.
own, for sure.
On its own. That's what you do.
Soup is what you do.
Podcasting. That's what you do.
That would be the slogan of soup. Like beef, it's what's for dinner.
Soup is what you do.
It's, it's here. It's here. It's hot. Eat it while it's hot. You're not gonna want it later. So
Soup, it's what you get before you eat your main course.
yeah, it's what you get before nuts.
Yeah. Maybe podcasting is a little bit of stone soup. Maybe it's a
Okay.
little bit like that, you know?
Okay. We come here.
Mm.
We just got a rock and a pot,
That's all we got. Mm-hmm.
and then I throw in a carrot, You throw in a clove of garlic.
Yep.
And before you know it, we've had a whole lot of fun.
Before you know it, we got a Patreon.
Mm-hmm.
Making money. Well, there you go, man. Hell, I guess this is part of the sign off that I say.
It's part of the sign off that I say.
Mmm. You ever eat soup like that? Mm.
Yup.
Yum.
Hey, this is Zach Caffrey,
This is Jason Ford.
and we're the hosts of Metaphiles, the podcast that you just finished watching and technically are still watching. And while you're here, if you could, just go ahead and like this episode, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and leave a comment if you're so inclined. Maybe the comment could be about, and then it'll say whatever the topic was that week. So this, say that.
Metaphiles.